Hello, this is Anne-Lise Gere, HR consultant and advisor. And this is another episode of Ask the HR Expert. Your questions answered in just a few minutes. And today's question is, what are the biggest turnoffs for caregivers when they're considering different agencies? And well, we have a list here. The data comes from the annual benchmark studies that Home Care Pulse publishes. And when it comes to the reasons why caregivers leave, this is basically your top four. So one of the main reasons where caregivers might leave you is because of problem in the relationships with their clients. And that can take really a couple of dimensions. The first one is personality, but that's not the most important. Even if they have not the best of personality fit, really what breaks the relationship or what makes it really hard for caregivers to keep on working is if they feel they don't have the right skill set to care for that client properly. So matching caregivers with clients based on skill set is really important. And if you have an ideal caregiver who is lacking maybe some skills, consider doing hands-on training as they're starting the new case. Of course, pay is also a big factor when it comes to the reasons why caregivers leave. And it's not only the hourly rate, so you want to be competitive within your community, but you want also to make sure that caregivers can work as many hours as they want with your agency. And that is critical. I see too often agencies limiting the number of hours that a caregiver gets when they just join the agency. It doesn't make sense. Those people want to work, they need to work, especially if they have good references and years of prior experience. Why don't you give them the hours that they need from the get-go? So that's another factor that will make caregiver leave. Another one is actually the distance to work or the ease of commute. Depending on where you are in the country, sometimes even short distances in dense urban areas might be difficult to travel, especially if your caregivers rely on public transportation. So understand how they would go from their home to the client and make sure that it is feasible for them. And one of the main, most frustrating aspect of working with an agency from the caregiver standpoint is if they don't find that they are being respected and that the office employees are rude to them. So that means, and that can take many different forms, but for instance, if they don't get through people that they need to speak to, if they're constantly getting voicemail, if nobody returns their call or provides the support they need in the time required, it's making their job very difficult. And so making sure that your office staff understands they're there to support your field workers, who are the ones who actually ultimately make the money for the agency, that is a change in culture probably that will be very beneficial to how caregivers feel about your agency and how likely they are to stay with you. So this was your HR questions for today. If you have other HR questions, please email me at annalise@gereconsulting.com. And for more HR content, please check my website at gereconsulting.com. Until next time, have a great day.